Day 3 of choosing books over distractions. A few pages a day may not look life changing right now, but small habits quietly shape your future.
Mindset. So let's start with the day three of book readings. Welcome back to the day three, guys. आप तो कैसे हैं आप लोग शुरू करते हैं. For millions of years, living organisms depend on finely tuned instinct for survival in a split second, and reptiles could sense danger in their environment and respond. With an instantaneous flight from the scene, there was no separation between impulse and actions. Then, slowly, for some animals, these sensations evolved into something larger and longer, a feel of fear. In the beginning, this fear merely consisted of a high level of arousal, the release of certain chemical alerting the animal to a possible danger. With this arousal and the attention that came with the animal could respond in a survival way. Instead of just one, it could become more sensitive to the environment and learn it should have better chance of a survival because its options were widened. The sensation of fear would last only a few seconds or even less. The speed of the speed was of the essence for social animals. These arousals and feelings took on deeper and more important role. They become critical from a communications, vicious sound, or a hair standing, and or end could display anger, warding of an enemy, or signaling a danger, certain posture or smell reveals sexual desires and readiness, posture and gesture, sign and desire to play certain sports from a young reveal deep anxiety and the need for the mother to return with the pyramids. If this become even more elaborate and complex, it has been shown that chimpanzees can feel energy and desire for the vengeance among the emotions. The evolution took place over the course of hundred of millions of years. More recently, cognitive powers developed in animals and human culminating in invention of language and abstracting thinking. As many neuroscientists have found, this evolution has led to the higher mammalion's brain being composed of three parts. And the oldest is reptilian parts of the brain which control all automatic response that regulate the body. This is the instinct part. Above this is that is the old mammalian or limbic brain, govern the feeling and emotion, and on top of has evolved the necro, necotex. The necotex, the part control cognition and for human language. Emotions originated as physical arousal designed to capture our attention for us to take notice something around us, the being as chemical reaction and sensation that we must translate into words. We try to understand, but because they are processed in a different part of the brain from language and thinking, this translation is often slippery and inaccurate. For instance, we feel anger at person X, where in fact true source of this may energy below the level of conscious awareness. We feel inferior in the relation to X and want something he or she has, but an I is not feeling that we are aware, we are ever comfortable with, and so often we translate it as something more palatable, anger, dislike, resentment. In other words, we do not have concise access to the general of our emotions, and the more they generate, once we feel them, all we can do is try to interpret the emotion, translate into language, but more often than not, we get this wrong. We latch onto interpretations that are simple and that suit us. That unconscious aspect of emotions also means that it's very hard for us learn for them to stop or prevent compulsive behaviors. Emotion evolve for a different reason. The cognitions, these two forms of relating to the world are not connected seamlessly in our brain. For for animals unburdened by the need to translate physical sensation into abstract language, emotion functions smoothly as they were meant for us. The split between our emotion cognition is a source of constant internal frictions comprising a second emotional self within us that operates beyond our will. Animals feel fear for a brief time, then it is gone. We dwell on our fear, intensifying them and making them last well past the moment of danger, even to the point of feeling constant anxiety. Many might be tempted to imagine that we have some. How attempt is the emotional self through all our intellectual and technology progress. After all, we don't appear as violent or passionate or superstitious and our ancestors. This is an illusion. Progress and technology have not revived it, and they have merely altered the analogy have not revived the form of our emotions and the type of irrationality that come with the, for instance, new form of media have enhanced the old age ability of political and others to play our emotion in ever subtler and more sophisticated way. Advertisers bombard us with highly effective subliminal message. Our continual connection to the social media make us prone to new forms of viral emotions effect. These are not media designed for calm reflection. With their constant presence, we have less and less mental space to step back and think clearly. The word rational and irrational can be quite loaded. People are always labeling those words disagree. With the irrational, what we need is a simple definition that can be applied as a way of judging accurately as possible the difference between the two following shall serve as a barometer. We constantly feel emotions and they continually affect our thinking, making a way toward thought that please and soothe our ego. It is impossible to not have our inclinations and feel somehow involved in what we think. Rational people are aware of this, and through introspection, introspections and effort are able to some extent to subtract emotion from their thinking and counter react. Their respective rational people have no such awareness. They are rushed into actions without carefully considering the ramifications and consequences. We can see the difference in the decisions and actions that people take, and the result ensure rational people demonstrate over time that they are able to finish a project, to realize their goals, to work effectively with a team, and to create something that lasts. Irrational people revel in their living negative patterns, mistaken that keep repeating unnecessary conflict that follow them wherever they go. Dreams and projects that are never realized, anger and desire for change and never translate into concrete action. They are emotional and reactive, unaware of this. Everyone is capable of irrational decision, some of which are caused by circumstances beyond our control. And even the most emotional type can hit up great ideas, success momentarily through boldness. So it is important to judge over time with the whether a person is rational or rational. Can they sustain success? Hit upon a survey good strategies. Can they adjust and learn from the failure? In all cases, the degree of awareness represent the difference. Rational people can readily admit their own irrational tendency and the need to be vigilant. On the other hand, irrational people become highly emotional when challenged about the emotion roots of their decisions. They are incapable of introspections and learning their mistake make them increasingly defensive.